ever see people doing jumps and explosive movements and wonder why? In this video, we're going to go through why plyometric training is so efficient and powerful and beneficial. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a few easy ways that you can start to apply plyometric trainings into your own training as well. So make sure to stick around for that. So there are two main reasons why plyometric training is so efficient and so powerful. And the first one is it's going to increase your rate of force development, meaning it's going to train your muscles to activate faster. So in other words, it's going to train you how to use your strength faster, which is the same thing as being explosive. And number two, which is very interesting and very fascinating, is it's going to increase your tendon stiffness. And it might sound like a bad thing to have stiff tendons, but it's actually a good thing. You really want to have stiff tendons because stiff tendons is going to increase your joint stability under load, meaning you're going to have less wobbling and less instability in your joints. And that of course is gonna reduce your injury risk. And the second reason why you want to have stiff tendons is because you're gonna have a better shock absorption. So your tendons are gonna be able to absorb shock much faster and more efficiently. And because of that, you're gonna strain your joints and your muscles a lot less. So again, that also contributes to a lower injury risk and just more efficient movement overall. Now the combination of an increased rate of force development and tendon stiffness is going to make you more athletic, meaning you can sprint faster, run better, which is basically what a lot of sports do involve. So a lot of sports do have jumping, sprinting, running, a mixture of those. So if you can get trained qualities that make you better at that, you're going to be better at your sport as well. And hey, if you're getting value from this video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel right there for more similar videos in the future. Before we go into the easy and efficient ways for you to start using plyometrics yourself, let's go through one sort of misconception that people tend to misunderstand, which is box jumps. So box jumps are not really plyometric training, they're more of a test of a new vertical jump. And the reason why it's not plyometric training is because plyometric training do require two different things. So number one is that it needs to have a stretch shortening cycle, which means you can have a quick eccentric to concentric transition. And the second thing is a minimal ground contact time, as you're gonna see with the examples we're gonna come up with now. So the easiest way to start doing plyometric training is going to be with pogo jumps. As you can see, a very simple movement. You're gonna have your hands on your hips, your knees are going to be straight but sort of soft. Don't lock your knees, but have them unlocked but still straight. And then you're gonna do mainly the movement with your ankles. You're gonna have a short tap on the ground with your ankles. First, your priority is just to get this rhythm, so you can actually have a short contact time with the ground. And after that, when you have that going on, you can focus on jumping a little bit higher. But the main movement now is coming from the ankles and the calves. The more advanced version to that is single leg pogo jumps or single leg jumps, whatever you want to call it. So the same thing but with one leg. And now you can also, of course, also use your arms as well to get higher up, because with one leg is significantly harder than with two legs. So this is a good progression to the previous one. And then the next one is going to be horizontal hops or bounds or jumps. So this is great, especially if you want to do sprinting or running. So horizontal single leg jump is going to be a really big thing you want to do if you do any sort of running or any type of sports where you have running. So really great ways to introduce plyometrics into training, and you will get these benefits quite easily. Plyometrics will transfer over your running and sprinting, but sprinting and running won't transfer over to plyometrics. So it's a shame not to do any plyometrics at all, because you will get some benefits from just some of it. So now, since you know about the plyometrics, now you might want to know about the benefits that you can get from hill sprints. So make sure you check out this video right here to find more about the benefits that hill sprints can offer you. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.